What's up, beast people? Titos here, and welcome to the final week of the Pokemon Premier League. So this is gonna be the final week of Season 1 of the Pokemon Premier League. So after this week, there won't be any more matches or battles, anything, because it's the end of the season. So basically, we're gonna end season, and we're gonna have a Season 2. I don't know when or how much time we're gonna be preparing Season 2, but of course, PPL Season 2, it's gonna be a thing. So yeah, this is gonna be the final week for the PPL, so I guess there won't be PPL for a bit on the channel. But yeah, it's been fun, and yeah, let's go into the info about the match, I think. So yeah. And this week, I'm gonna go against Miami Rotom-Heat, which is led by Jedi. But there's a thing, which is that Jedi is not the original, let's say, coach of the team, because the original was Ethan Erastamos, I think that's how you say his name on YouTube. But he had to drop out because situations, I don't know, he just had to drop out. But he's not leaving the PPL, of course, because he's gonna be back for Season 2, so basically we had to find a replacement, and that one was Jedi. He was nice enough to join us to just replace Ethan while he wasn't able to battle, so thanks to him for that too. And yeah, so I had the battle against Jedi as the last battle of the PPL, and it was a really good battle, to be honest. And he had a really scary team, because his team had the most annoying Mega, at least for me personally, because it's really annoying, which is Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny could do so much work against my team, and that was not even funny. And then he had Talonflame, Rotom-Heat, of course, because Miami Rotom-Heat, I guess, Keldeo, Gligar, Fortress, Yanmega, Ditto, Lapras, Haunter, and Poliwrath. His team was decently good and really interesting, because you don't know what they could do, so it could do a lot of things. And of course, apart from Mega Lopunny, Talonflame, and like, those are kind of predictable, I would say, even though they have a couple of sets, but they're kind of predictable. The Ditto, it's really predictable, but it's really annoying too at the same time. Like, you can't really counter the Ditto if Ditto can transform into anything, so something really crazy. So yeah, his team is really good, and basically, my team breakdown for this last week, it's gonna be quite interesting, because I kind of made interesting things, I guess? I'm not even sure. I just made like something on my Blastoise, but yeah. So my team for this week, it was gonna be Tyranitar, and of course it was gonna be a Nerve, because I didn't want any Sandstorms or anything, because that's cheap damage even on my side, and I don't want that, so I thought a Nerve would be good, and it would help him because he would bring any mons with berries to hold like one attack or something, which could happen. So a Nerve, lefties, and this Tyranitar would be fully offensive, which would be max HP, max attack, because even with max speed I will not be outspeeding a whole lot, so I thought that might as well use that on HP to be able to take hits, because Tyranitar can take hits very well. And of course, Tyranitar walls the shit out of Talonflame, so Talonflame would not have a chance against Tyranitar, so that's why I thought I'd bring Tyranitar. And it's gonna be fully offensive, having Rock Slide, of course, for the Talonflame, Pursuit, so I can Pursuit Trap things like his Haunter even, and then I can have Ice Punch to cover some of his mons, like Gligar, which could wall the Tyranitar completely, so Ice Punch will help with that. And then I had Fire Punch, because Fortress is another one that can take the hits from Tyranitar, so basically Tyranitar would be able to break through the Talonflame that has priority and outspeeds everyone, and break through those two walls that he could bring, which is really good. So Tyranitar is there to just destroy his complete defensive walls and everything. And then we have, of course, Victini. I'm bringing YOLO V, Victini. Expert Belt with Searing Shot, Glaciate, Thunderbolt, and Psychic, max special attack, max speed, timid. So Victini full special attacker against this team, because Victini can do a lot against this team. Victini can hit the Mega Lopunny with Psychic, can hit the Keldeo with Psychic, can hit Glaciate on the Gligar, Searing Shot on Fortress, Searing Shot on Yanmega. Then on Lapras can hit the Thunderbolt. I think Thunderbolt would do more. Haunter he can kill with Psychic too, and Poliwrath with Thunderbolt again. So like, Victini can hit a lot of things on his team, so Victini was a must. And I didn't want to be choiced, because of course he can switch into anything, and I would need to be able to switch my move too, so I can hit anything that it brings out. So I thought I might as well go Expert Belt, because I will probably be hitting all the time super effective moves, and Expert Belt helps a lot with that, so that was my option. And then of course I have 360 no scope, the Blastoise, and it's holding the leftovers. It's gonna be a max special attack, max HP, so basically offensive Blastoise, kinda. Just like Tyranitar, it's max HP, max attack. This one is max HP, max special attack. And this Blastoise is gonna have Scald, of course, Rapid Spin, and Ice Beam, but there's a little different thing on the last move, which is that he's gonna have Hidden Power Fire. Why is that? Because there's only one thing on his team that can set up on us and kind of stop us, which is his Fortress. His Fortress can completely stop Blastoise, and it would not, I mean, it would probably bring the Fortress, because if we are using Rapid Spin, it would try to set up again, so that could be a thing, and we hit the Hidden Power Fire on him. And Hidden Power Fire, if he's max specially defensive, it's gonna do still 71%, I think, if I'm not mistaken right now. But that is a really good amount, so basically a 2-hit KO on a Fortress, which is amazing, so Blastoise would be able to handle that. And for the rest, the only problem is that Rapid Spin, of course he has a Haunter. If he brings the Haunter, I would not be able to Rapid Spin, but I will think that through the battle, like, it's not a big deal, so yeah. Then of course we have Toki, the Tornado Styrian, and it's gonna have Regenerator, and it's gonna be a Choice Scarf, which I hope he doesn't expect, because of course who would Choice Scarf a Tornado Steel? Like, he's already fast, you Choice Scarf it, like, to be even faster, but I guess it's kinda normal because I had to, mostly because to outspeed his Mega Lopunny, so I could hit with an Air Slash and kill that thing, or to outspeed even a +1 Yanmega. I can outspeed a +1 Yanmega with a Choice Scarf Tornadus T. And of course I speed creeped, because at +2 I can't outspeed, I think, so I speed creeped, and basically I have 164 speed EVs, and with that I can outspeed a +1 Yanmega, so basically I will have a turn to kill that thing. And it's gonna be enough, because I can OHKO that thing with either Air Slash or Heat Wave. And that is the thing, since I speed creeped 164 speed, I was able to put 252 on special attack and 92 on attack, so basically this is gonna be a mixed Tornadus Styrian. It's gonna be able to outspeed everything, and it's gonna be mixed, because Air Slash, Heat Wave for special, and then for physical we have Knockoff and U-Turn, which is really good for Choice Scarf. So there's the Toki, really good, and of course objective to knock off things, to kill the Yanmega, and probably take out the Lopunny if already weakened, or just take it out. I guess, so yeah. Then of course we have another mon, which is Broly, the Conkeldurr, and this one is gonna be normal set, not even something crazy. Gonna be the normal Assault Vest Conkeldurr. 248 HP, 252 attack, Adamant with 8 on special defense, Guts, Assault Vest, Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Knockoff, Rock Slide. So this is a really normal set for Conkeldurr, nothing super crazy, and it's gonna be enough for this match. I just need something to maybe take a couple of special hits, and Assault Vest Conk is good, and it's a fighting type, and it can deal with the Mega Lopunny using Mach Punch. That's another thing. And of course, In case he switches into Talonflame, Rock Slide will destroy it, even though I would not think they would switch a Talonflame into Conk because of that. And they can be annoying with Knockoff and Recover with Drain Punch. I mean, overall, Conkeldurr is a good mon, so that's that. So that's gonna be Conkeldurr. Then we have, as last mon and really important for this match, is gonna be Kiki the Togetic. It's gonna be back for the last week, and it's gonna hold a Violite ability Super Luck, so I get crits, because the other abilities are not really useful for this Togetic. And he has Dazzling Gleam, so he can hit back the Lopunny. And this thing is gonna be max defensively. Max HP, max defense, bold. So, this thing is really made to take hits from Lopunny. Like, not even Ice Punch can like 2-hit KO. So, this thing, I need it to take on the Lopunny. Yes, I said before I had Toki to take on the Lopunny and the Tornadus and the Conkeldurr. But, those are like, in case Togetic can't handle it. Because the one I'm really gonna use is Togetic, because I need Togetic to handle the Lopunny, because Lopunny is a big threat for my team. So, it's gonna have Dazzling Gleam to hit back, it's gonna have Roost, it's gonna have Heal Bell, and it's gonna have Wish. Basically all recovery moves, because Roost to heal up himself, of course, Heal Bell in case I want to heal up any status on my team, because he has... Even though we have a Guts Conkeldurr, so I would not heal up that, of course, but it could put any other status on our team, and we really need, for example, Victini to be able to outspeed, and not have a burn Tyranitar, so those are all things to worry about, because he has a Rotom-Heat, he has a Keldeo that can use probably Scalds, so it's all possibilities. So basically, Heal Bell to be able to heal up status, and Wish to be able to heal up any other team members. So yeah, and I think even against this team, Togetic would do good, because against Togetic, it doesn't really have like a whole lot, let's say. Like, what can he really do with his team? Maybe something that can learn a Rock-type move could body us, but I don't really see anything really bodying a max physically defensive Togetic on his team. So Togetic will be able to hold his own, and it's gonna be really good for recoveries and all that. So yeah, that's gonna be a thing. So that's gonna be the team for this last match of this week. And now we're gonna go into the battle, of course. And of course, you guys already see on the screen the team battle. Wow, the team battle. The teams that are gonna be on the battle. Wow, I can't even talk. You guys can already see them. And of course I brought those 6, as I explained, and I was really impressed when I saw the Mons he brought, because I was so expecting a Mega Lopunny, as you guys could probably notice from my team building, and he didn't bring the Mega Lopunny. He didn't bring the Mega Lopunny, and I was really impressed, because Mega Lopunny was a big threat for my team, a big threat, and he didn't bring it, so I was really impressed. And of course I asked him after battle, and he said it was to not be predictable, and I mean, of course it is predictable, it's the Mega, but at the same time, it would be really good against my team, and I think it would have helped him a lot, like a lot. So even though it was predictable, it was a must bring, because with Mega Lopunny, he could destroy a lot of things on my team, so... But yeah, he didn't bring the Mega Lopunny, and he brought Yanmega, Fortress, Haunter, Talonflame, Keldeo, and Gligar, so... I was kinda happy when I saw his team, because, to be honest, I was ready for all of them. I had Tornadus for the Yanmega, I had Blastoise for the Fortress, I had the Tyranitar for a Haunter, even though then I got scared during the battle, because I remembered this thing can get Focus Blast. But still, Haunter is kind of frail, it's not really bulky, so anything would kill it, even Victini. Then I had Tyranitar for the Talonflame again, I had my Victini and the Tornadus to be able to outspeed for the Keldeo, and even Conk. Then I had stuff for Gligar overall. I had Ice Beam on Blastoise, Ice Punch on Tyranitar, Glaciate on Victini, like, Gligar would not be a big problem, so that's the thing. So I was really happy when I saw Steam, so let's get this battle started, of course, and it's gonna be really interesting, this battle, because it kind of proves how I am not real, let's say, in some situations, because legit, like, some situations I could have made a move, but I didn't. I got scared and I didn't do anything, so I guess that's a thing. So yeah, and let's see. So basically I start off with Blastoise, and he starts off with Gligar. Here of course I felt safe, and I just basically went for the... I think I went for the Ice Beam calmly, because even though he would switch to something else, I would do some cheap damage, so that's the thing. And here, with Fortress, this was perfect for me, because, as I thought, Fortress would stop the Blastoise, kinda. So I thought, let me go for the Hidden Power. And I hit the Hidden Power. And you guys are gonna see that does a lot of damage. A lot of damage. So, that's there. And here, I kinda wasn't expecting this, but he poisoned me, which was kinda good from his part. But of course here, I would be able to kill this thing even with a Scald, because I calced it. So basically what I did was that I basically just went for the save move, just to be safe. And he actually went for Protect. So he was kind of stalling out with the Toxic to see if it would get more damage on my Blastoise. So that was kind of good, waiting for the Toxic to get one turn of bonus damage, I guess. And here, I basically thought he knows I'm gonna go for HP Fire, so let me actually go ahead and go for the Scald just to switch around a little bit. And he switches, of course, to preserve his Fortress. And he goes for the Keldeo, which for me, I used Scald, of course it's not super effective, so I kinda expected the burn, which would be good, but I didn't get the burn, so I was like, okay, it's alright. And I think here, what I basically do was that I didn't want to stay with the Blastoise because the Toxic was gonna get more and more damage, so I decided to switch into Conk, because Conk was legit a mon that after watching this team, I didn't really need it. So basically I just used Conk to be able to take the hits from the Keldeo and do some switches around. And here you guys can see he takes the Secret Sword, but right after he switches, and he switches into Rigby, which is his Gligar, and of course I went for the Drain Punch to do some recovery. But of course this thing still had the Eviolite, so it would take the hits very, very well. And here, basically starts setting up, and I just tried to go for damage and see what I could do. And went for that knockoff, so I would get rid of this Violite if it would stay, and if he switched, then it would hit something else. And that was good. It didn't have the Eviolite, even though it's still kind of bulky. And as he went for Roost, because you need to recover. And here the Rock Slide is not going to do a whole lot, because Roost. But Rock Slide, I think it does just like a little bit more, not a whole lot, so it wasn't really good. But I just decided to stay because it was Conk. And I didn't want to risk. I wanted to see which moves he had, and basically from this point, he had only revealed Earthquake, so I thought I can easily switch into a flying type over here. So I switched into Toki-Toki. Even though there's rocks on the field, Toki-Toki with Regenerator, after I bring him back to the team, is gonna recover that HP, so it's not a big deal. And here I bring Toki-Toki and went for the U-turn, just to see how much it would do. It did nothing, so, but again, it was just cheap damage. I wasn't really worried, because what I really wanted to switch in was my Togetic, because I thought, if this thing only has Earthquake, Togetic is the perfect mon to be out here. But then it reveals the knockoff, and gets rid of my Violite too, so that kinda sucked. But again, Togetic, it's kinda bulky, so I wasn't really too worried. And here it brings the Fortress, as I used the Heal Bell, so I can heal up the Toxic on my Blastoise, so that was kinda good. And here of course I knew that he would start setting up whatever, it would be spikes or toxic spikes, so I just thought, let me go for a Wish, so I can go for Wish and then switch in my Blastoise, which can take on this thing, and my Blastoise will be at full health even after the hazard's damage. So that's basically my thought process, and I went for the Wish, and he sets up spikes, but I switch out and I go into my Blastoise. And that I'm not toxic, of course, because I used Heal Bell, and I'm gonna get all my health back, even from after hazard damage. So that's gonna be good, even though he still sets up another layer of spikes, so we had kind of some layers around and everything. But again, wasn't really worried, and here, of course, I thought Rapid Spin is really predictable, so he's probably gonna switch into the Haunter. And I thought I might as well, in case he stays, go for a Hidden Power Fire, and I will still hit the Haunter, even if he switches. And that's basically what happened. He switched into the Haunter, and I hit with the Hidden Power Fire. So, wasn't really worried again, because predictable play from my part, so I just predicted that he would switch and went for a good play. And did some cheap damage into the Haunter, and here again I bring Toki because he's the only one that won't take damage from spikes, so I thought Toki would be good, and of course I kinda saw either a Energy Ball or a Thunderbolt. I mean, Thunderbolt would have done more, so it would be a bad play from my part if I would switch a Tornadus into a Thunderbolt, but I didn't really want to switch anything else because I just didn't want to, like I needed the other months, so basically I did that. Then of course I got the hell out of there, and here I bring again my Blastoise against this Fortress because it was the best option, and I needed to Rapid Spin stuff. But here he Toxics me again, so Blastoise was kind of in a bad situation again. So here, again, thinking that he would switch into this Haunter because that's what he would do every single time, I just went for, I think I went for a Scald. He switched into Keldeo, which was not expected at all. Did some damage, which was good again, but this time I got the burn, so his physical side was already screwed up. Like, physical moves, it would do nothing to this Blastoise. Nothing. Either way, I decided to stay, and here is when I really said, let me go for a Rapid Spin, because I either Rapid Spin, if he switches into Haunter, then welp, I didn't. And he goes for the Hydro Pump and misses. Which, I mean, didn't really matter. I would still be able to take the Hydro Pump, I think, because it's not super effective or anything, so I guess I would be able to take it, and I would at least get the Rapid Spin off. So Rapid Spin, I made it, and Stiff was out of the field. Of course he switches out his Keldeo because he saw that he couldn't do anything. And he switched out into Yanmega, and I actually switched. I thought I stayed, but no, I switched into Kiki. And this was not good for Kiki, so I again double switch, and I switched into my Toki, of course, because I kind of predicted him to go for a Protect to get the speed boost or something, but no. He went for Air Slash, which was good, and got the speed boost, of course, but here, as I said before, my Tornadus was made to outspeed a +1 Yanmega. And I don't know, but of course he didn't expect that, and I just went for the Heat Wave and finished off that thing. I was just scared it would be a Focus Sash, but he actually wasn't, so that was good for me. And yeah, just killed the Yanmega. Then here I tried to kind of finish off the Keldeo, but I didn't really need the Tornadus for anything else, so that's why I stayed and went for that. But here he was able to kill Toki, so that was Toki out. But he's gonna die for the burn, so that's a Keldeo down too, and that was kind of good for me because you had 2 Mons already down, and the other 4 I saw and I was like, I can sweep with Tyranitar. But here, when I saw the Haunter is when I remembered, wait, this thing can get Focus Blast, and I wasn't real, and got scared, and didn't go for the Pursuit, which he actually switched. And if I had gone for the Pursuit, I would have killed the Haunter and then I would have swept with Tyranitar. But I wasn't real, and I switched into Broly because scared of Focus Blast. So I switched into Broly to take the Focus Blast, but he switched into Gligar, so here we were again on a weird situation where, well, Rock Slide could do a little bit because he didn't have the Violet anymore, but it wasn't really the best situation. Like, if I could have swept just right there with Tyranitar, it would have been amazing. But I wasn't real. I just wasn't real. So, I guess that's a thing. And, of course, Here, as I saw that I was not doing anything to this Gligar, I decided to switch into Kiki just to heal up stuff on my team, because of course I knew he had knockoff and EQ, so I knew Kiki would be safe. So I switched into Kiki, and here it goes back to Haunter. So basically I set my wish off, and here I kinda knew he would probably outspeed me and kill me with Sludge Bomb. So I just sacked off Kiki because I didn't want to take damage on any other of my mons. So Kiki was out, but Kiki did a really good job. He healed up the Blastoise once and everything, so that was a really good job. And here we have Victini, because of course Victini, I was here and I was like, Victini can kill everything too, so might as well. So I just went for the Psychic, which is the safe play because it would hit anything he had left. And that did a lot to Gligar too, so basically I didn't even need to use Glaciate for the Gligar. I just killed the Gligar with 2 Psychics, and that was Gligar out. Here he sends Smog Bird. I knew I could live a Brave Bird, so basically I just had to take a Brave Bird from him, and as you guys are gonna see, I lived a Brave Bird, and I just went here easily for a Thunderbolt. And since he already took recoil damage, that Thunderbolt is gonna kill, because Thunderbolt did 96%. But at the recoil, that's a dead Talonflame. So Talonflame was out. Then Haunter here, but I would be able to outspeed, so Psychic, and Haunter is dead. No way you can live up Psychic from a Victini. No freaking way. And that's Haunter down. And as the last Pokemon, it's gonna be the Fortress, and of course here I just go for a Searing Shot to finish him off, and that's GG. So, really good game for me, I guess, but again, I kinda controlled the battle just because it didn't have the Lopunny, because Lopunny would really screw me up. Like, Lopunny would be such a threat, like, oh my goodness. It's insane how a threat that would be. So that's why I was really impressed when he didn't bring the Lopunny, and I told him. And yeah, that probably could have changed a little bit the battle. It was the Lopunny. Not to mention that he kinda had more mons that he could bring, of course, like Ditto. Ditto would be so scary to go against, because it would transform into anything I had. And if he would get a Choice Scarf Victini, oh my god, that would be disgusting. So, yeah. That's the thing, and that's how the battle went. So basically, for the final week, we got another win. So basically, we finished the PPL at least with a 2-win streak. So that, I think that's good. We got 2 wins on the 2 last weeks, so that's something. And I guess I'm getting a little bit better at competitive, even though this battle still proved that when I know stuff and I am not real, like the Tyranitar, I could have gone for the Pursuit, and I wasn't real. I just wasn't real. Because I was really scared of losing Tyranitar, but I didn't think that Victini would be able to kill everything else. So if I just had not worried about it and went for the Pursuit, I would have won right there. And Togetic would have not died. That's another thing. So those are things that happen, I guess. But yeah, it was really good. So, good game for Jedi. Make sure to check out his side if he uploads, I guess. And yeah, it was fun, this whole PPL Season 1. It was really cool. Got me a little bit into competitive, I guess. And I mean, it's always fun, even though it takes a lot of work for each week, to be honest. Getting these videos ready for each week, getting to battle, everything, it's a lot of work. But it was fun. And again, I wanted to get a little bit into competitive, so it kind of helped. And now, we're just gonna wait for the Season 2, which I don't know when it's gonna start, but you guys get hyped for it, because it will be a lot of fun again. And then hopefully I'll make some better battles, because I kind of messed up, like, start mid-season, let's say. So I kind of messed up. I just got a little bit better now by the end. But yeah, hopefully next season we'll do better. And Sport Lisbon Brafica will be ranked higher on the league table. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to fire punch like button down below, because your support is greatly appreciated. And I will catch you guys on the next video. So stay beast. See ya.